Okay, so we're on 9N in Connecticut. 2 lanes. Normally you don't have any too busy traffic up here. It is busy up here for whatever reason, right? Okay, so before, about 2 miles back, this car ahead of me was not there. And all of a sudden she jerked on in there and had to have that spot. And now, she doesn't belong in the left lane. She belongs in the right lane. So MDK 4605. Oh my gosh, did you just see what that little car did? These people are nuts. Nuts! Y'all are crazy. So she slows, and I know some of you guys drive like this, and that's fine. But when we are bumper to bumper traffic like this, it's ridiculous. Oh, now she's not going to do it. I mocked her, and I know she saw it, and I think that's why she was doing so bad. Oh, now we have a camera, so now we got to get moving. Okay. Originally, she'd hang out off of the car in front of her and leave 2-car gap, and then slam on her brakes every time somebody else touched their brakes. Every time somebody else touched their brakes. But now that I brought a camera out with a phone, now we're not going to do that. And we had a whole bunch of cars jump in ahead, and I'm like, why are you even in the left lane? Why? Because you can't drive. Here we are. No. I don't know why Google Maps took me off the 95. I think there was an accident on the 95. There's construction traffic up here on 9N. And now Google's like, hey, you want to get there faster? I'm like, yes, please. At least over on the 95, it's 4 lanes. Here it's this. It's this. I don't know what this is. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, it won't. It is 2-lane bumper to bumper traffic. Down the hill, up the hill, to the next hill. There's not a gap. And semis are not allowed on this road because not all their bridges are over 12 feet, 14 feet. Clap your hands, wave your hands, clap them some more. Come on, that's what you were doing. Hang on, I'm going to exit out and come back. Oh, I still can't zoom it. Why won't it let me zoom? Dumb Facebook. This traffic's ridiculous. Connecticut? Is it always like this? Is this typical rush hour traffic through here? Or what? I don't know. This is stupid. Got my 2-horse straight on the back. I've got 2 horses, a mini donkey, and 2 goats. They've got to get to their new home safely and soundly. And in this weather, this traffic's ridiculous. Oh, we're moving. 13.7. Yeah, our semi could not fit under this bridge, but we do. Luckily. I think we're about 10.4. I think that's where the trailer's at. Seven-minute delay, Connecticut. Great. Connecticut, you're not fun. I don't like you right now. 3 minutes slower to go what we're on, and 3 minutes faster to try the 95. I don't know what's worse. Come on, truck. I've got to get you into the garage for work. This is crazy. Well, I was hoping it would show you more traffic. It's not. It went down and around a hill. Hi, Christine Irwin. It's not worth fighting to try to get over the next lane just to get off for 3 minutes. Because if I stay on 9N, I have to stay in the right lane. Left lane? Yes, we're in Connecticut, Ellen. Yep. Left lane. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ellie. Break. Break. I'm not even going to try to get off. We're just going to stay where we're at. See, look at this. Look at this. Hi, Wendy. Where are we headed? We're headed to Rhode Island, and then we're headed to Cape Cod, Massachusetts. If we ever get there. So if you've missed some of the live I did yesterday, I started my journey Monday night by myself. I don't have a co-pilot. Monday night, I headed down to Tennessee. I had a horse in the barn that Jay had to go to. Don't even try it. I see you looking. You're not going to get very far. Jay had to run to the Canadian border to meet the trailer to go get this horse out of Canada to bring it down to the States. So it's been hanging out in my barn for 2 weeks. Come on, gas pedals on the right. There's 3 car lengths ahead of you. Gas pedals on the right. We're going to speed up. We're going to speed up. We're going to catch up. And we're going to hit the brakes again. Oh, we're moving, and we're moving, and we're walking, and we're walking, and then all of a sudden it just opens up. What the? WTF, Connecticut. WTF. We had 3 or 4 miles of backed up traffic for what? Ah! I don't understand. We say the Cape. Well, that's where I'm going, Jane. I don't know where down there. But I'm hoping to find some dinner someplace after I drop these horses off. So yeah, we started our journey in Tennessee. Well, from New York. We met a trailer in oh my gosh. I was going to say Kentucky and Connecticut at the same time. That would have been interesting. Kentucky Cut. We met the trailer for the one out of my place in Kentucky at a gas station. She switched trailers the way she went with her new owners, and I continued on to Tennessee to go pick up these 2 little minis, which I've already posted their pictures. They're cute 2 little white pinto ponies. I still have them. They are headed out to the Cape. Their owners are moving from Tennessee to Massachusetts. Oh, here we are. Brake lights. Never mind. Here we go again. Plus 11 minutes. Google Maps. What is that? Oh, brake, brake, brake. Sorry, ponies. Oh, excuse me. And here we sit. So we picked the ponies up yesterday afternoon. About 2:30, 2:45. And then we headed out. And we traveled across Tennessee most of last night. We ended up in Virginia, and then we ended up in West Virginia this morning. West Virginia, we picked up a 3-year-old thoroughbred filly, and we took her straight across 4.5 hours to New Jersey. So we drove to Maryland. I grabbed breakfast at a Roy Rogers. I have never ate at a Roy Rogers that I remember in a while. In a long while. Not so hip on their eggs on their sandwiches. It was kind of bland, to be honest with you. But the potato slices, 5 stars. 5-star potato slices. Good job. I like those. Those are good. My Irish blood likes those potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. And so we got that Philly dropped off. And then that was about 12:30. And then about 1 o'clock we ended up at my, oh no, it would have been, so we ended up in my other clients at 1. It had been 10:30. Sorry, it was about 10:30 that we dropped that Philly off. Hey Shannon, hello kiddos over in Netherlands. Hello. So about 10:30, 10:45, we dropped that thoroughbred filly off in New Jersey. And the owner found me on Facebook by just searching horse haulers. And apparently the name of my Dragon Wing Transport caught her eye. And she says, I loved the name. I had to go look. And I was like, that's awesome. So the name is an eye catcher. And that's good. That's what we want it to do. So... and she's been commenting on my stuff like, I can't wait to meet you. You're so awesome. My God, you work so hard. And I was like, wow, somebody's looked at my Facebooks. So yeah, I finally got to meet her. She wanted to give me a hug. I handed her horse. She was like, you're going to come back because we got 2 more horses to buy. And I was like, okay, give me a holler when you're ready. Then we ran north 2 hours to my frequent client of mini donkeys in New Jersey. We picked up a donkey that Jay and I just took to her last week, and 2 goats. 2 cute little goat babies that are in the trailer right now with us. And they're headed to Rhode Island. And then once we get those guys dropped off, then we're going to drop off them 2 cute little white minis out at the Cape, if we ever get off of this freaking road. Good thing they've got water back there. I got all the windows open, all the vents are open, all that stuff. So, sigh. At least we're rolling. Where are my Connecticut people? Is this normal? Jess! Hey! I'm stuck in traffic worse than Buffalo. At least we're rolling. So yeah, I expect we'll get out to the Cape. Oh, well, actually, what does Google say? Google Maps says we'll get to the Cape about probably 8:30. Look at that. Look at that. We're going to end up way out on the end. That number 2, that's the last drop off. And some of you who know your Massachusetts, yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. 4 hours and 43 minutes left till the next drop off. No, 4 hours and, I'm sorry, 4 hours and 43 minutes total for the rest of my trip for the week. No, definitely not as bad as Columbus, Jess. Not as bad as Columbus. It is a bad time of the day. Yeah. So, Ellen, actually, this lady in New Jersey that we took the donkey to, and now I'm turning on taking it to another home, that's what she does. She brokers out mini donkeys. That's how she makes some of her additional income. I know her husband works. She's got 2 cute little girls. They're in school. And she's built up this little mini donkey farm on a hillside in New Jersey. And she buys mini donkeys from people and then turns around and resells them at a profit. But like the guy that's in the trailer, when we brought him down to her place you know, when Jay and I did it, he was, you know, kind of grungy looking and everything. And then when she put him on the trailer today, it's very obvious that he'd been given a bath. They brushed him out. He's covered in Shoshin because his coat's very slick and soft. You know, they've really put a lot of work into their mini donkeys. She does an excellent job of reselling. She looks at all of their homes. Every one of them gets all of their updated paperwork with this cute little folder with all their information in it. She also does a little gift bag. A little gift bag that's got, I know there's a stuffy donkey in here. Hang on, we're moving. See, there's an ear. So she does a great job. Oh, here's her advertisement on the side of the bag for those of you interested while I'm driving. So she does an excellent job. Grace is her name. That's why. So that's why she didn't keep the donkey. So, 12 foot. We should fit. Hopefully. Hopefully. I can't zoom. I want to show you how bad this is. See, if you move faster and you caught up, you wouldn't have all these cars jumping in. But no, you gotta drive too slow. Oh, you never saw a mini donkey? Yeah. I haven't taken pictures, so we just put them on. And then, like I said, Jay and I took him down to her last week. I was like, well, that was quick. She's like, yeah, that way they don't get too acclimated to their new environment and not too confused and upset with having to move again. And I said, I totally understand that entirely. So, but she's the same one. I've hauled to her place I don't know how many times. You know, the last time I had the 2-horse slant. The time before that, I had the big gooseneck, and I told her, I said, I'm not going up your driveway with my gooseneck trailer. It's not happening. And she has a very interesting driveway where part of it is paved, and it goes up the side of the mountain, and then it wraps really tightly around the side of her driveway, around between a mountain and her house, and then comes back down and turns into a dirt driveway. Well, she asked me, she says, which driveway? And I said, I've a different trailer today. It is shorter than my 2-horse. It's bigger than my 2-horse, but it is smaller than my gooseneck. Is it gonna fit? Oh yeah, 12 foot, no problem. And, I pulled around the side of the house, and she's like, oh, yeah, okay. I think she's seen almost every one of my trailers except for the Blue Steel stock trailer, which I will never take out to New Jersey if I can avoid it. Come on, there's 2 cars ahead of you. 2 car spaces ahead of you. 2 car spaces ahead of this van and this other van. I realize we all got to keep rolling, but we also don't want to leave too much of a gap. The road rage is strong today. I specifically hate Jersey. Hang on.
They don't allow trailers on this road.
I fit. I've been down this road quite a bit. Okay. Yep. Thanks. Don't tell me stuff. It says no trucks. No RVs. Does not say trailers. I read the signs. Passenger vehicles only. Nice try, dude. They just don't want them on this road because they don't want them getting stuck on the bridges. I don't get stuck on the bridges. I make sure I fit the right spaces because I actually look and read the signs. Duh. Don't tell me how to drive my trailers. I'd like for a cop to come out here and tell me, hey, don't come out here. Okay, fine. But I don't know how many times I've been down this road with a trailer attached. Not the gooseneck. I will not come down here with the gooseneck. But with my 2-horse slant, there's no reason I can't fit. Every one of these bridges. And when you're driving, you should be looking anyway. I mean, this is why they have a lot of accidents with box trucks. Because people that rent out box trucks don't pay attention to the height of the truck. You can't just go out and just rent a regular box truck and expect it to fit everywhere. It's a frequent common problem. And actually, when I was doing the CDL training, you know, it was the same thing with that too. They are the most dangerous drivers on the roads. They are the most dangerous drivers on the roads because they don't pay attention to the heights of the bridges and stuff. So you actually need to pay attention to the heights of the bridges of where you're going and how tall your truck is. I know this trailer is 10 foot and 4 inches. I've measured it. I know how tall it is. I'm going to fit in these places. Now, when this bridge comes up, it's going to have 2 signs on it. It's going to say how tall it is on one side versus how tall it is on the other. You're making a stupid choice because the right lane moves faster than the left lane. And then you're going to get stuck over here. And you're going to go, oh, I'm going back to the right lane. And we're going to go, okay, goodbye, see ya. And if the bridge is not labeled, then it's specifically at the New York State standard of 14 feet and 1 inch. And that's how tall a semi needs to be underneath at 13.7 to fit with space. Like this bridge is not marked. This bridge is not marked. It is 14 foot and 1 inch. I know I fit. So, they just don't want people to be up here on this road getting themselves stuck. Campers, they don't forget, or I'm sorry, people forget that the campers have air conditioning units on them. They frequently smash those off the top of their campers. Just move over, red car. You know you're in the wrong lane. This lane's not going any faster than the right. Actually, the right, for whatever reason, has actually been moving better than the left. They don't want box trucks that are getting up here and people not paying attention and getting stuck on these bridges because box trucks don't go anywhere once you hit a bridge with the front of the truck. Most box trucks are about 12 foot or 13 foot. You're not going to fit up here. It's not happening. So, and especially with some of these bridges, they're arced. So they have an arc to them, like a rainbow arcs. Right? And so you got to pay attention to which side. One side's going to be lower than the other. Some of these bridges are actually built at an angle too. So like the far side on the opposite lanes is going to be higher than the lower side on the other lanes. And you got to pay attention to the signs. People don't pay attention. They're worried about what's on their cell phones. They're worried about what's on their screens, on their vehicles. They worry about the other traffic around them. They've got screaming kids or puppies in the car. Or, do you know how many people travel with dogs? I don't blame anybody that travel with their dogs. If you do it safely and consciously, you know, that's the biggest thing. But when you have animals bouncing around the trucks and the vehicles, you don't want that. That's bad. Bad, bad, bad. Not a good idea. Alright, so now we're booking a little bit. This bridge has 2 signs on it. The right side is 11, is that a 5 or a 6? Oh, it's only got 1 sign. 11.8. Right lane. So it's 11.8 on the right lane. It's arced. It's going to be taller on the other side. We're going to fit because Not worried about it. If it's 11 on that side, it's going to be like 12 over here, so. Piece of cake. It's all about watching and paying attention to the roads. But at least it's sunshine. See, and I'll cruise on the left lane on this road because I know the trailer, because I know the bridges. It's totally fine. So, tell me I don't know what I'm doing. Read the plate. It's New York State. We're arrogant asses anyway. I'm also a person that has taken my horse trailer through the Bronx 3 times now. And across the George Washington Bridge 4 times now. I've gotten my trailers in the places that trailers probably shouldn't go, but they did, and I got them out. Oh, the life of a trucker. It's interesting. "14 more miles down this road." Now we're cruising. Look at the yellow on that truck. Man, you're not gonna miss that truck out on the road. Yellow! Ew. It's DOT yellow. It's New York State DOT yellow. 13.4 will fit. Not a question in my mind. And brake lights. There goes that joyride. Oh, that was a fun 3 miles. $12.6 on the right side. When did they quit labeling the left side? They've been labeling the left side the whole time. That's $12.6 either way. Will fit, no problems. But it's higher in the middle than it is on the outside. So, well, it's Wednesday. I hope y'all are having at least a decent day. I know yesterday kind of was not the best weather. Today is much nicer weather, though it's muggy and very warm. I don't actually know how warm it is outside because watch this. My truck says it's 190 degrees. Yeah, I think it's on the, I think it's too close to the radiator up here. So I gotta have that replaced. It's great. Oh, here we are. This one says it's 13.11 on the left lane and 12.4 on the right. I love the trees lining the road. Not at night because the animals are out during the day, but daylight's beautiful. Oh yeah, no, this is actually a beautiful stretch of road. I do recommend this road to anybody who wants to drive a nice stretch through Connecticut, and you want something that's not bad. Don't come down here during rush hour. Apparently, it is 3:51 in the afternoon. But it is a beautiful road. It's beautiful in the fall even. I mean, during the fall, it's just, wow. 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 Yeah. Yeah. But it is a beautiful day out here. The sun's been shining most of the whole time. We had a little bit of rain this morning in West Virginia and Virginia, and then it just kind of cleared out entirely. So, yeah, it's been really nice weather. Oh, brake lights. Yeah, it's a little warm for me too there, Amanda. 190 is a bit much. Yeah, fall is amazing through here. I don't know if I have any pictures or video from when I drove it last fall. I know I was out here last fall because I saw it. I'd have to look back and see, but it's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, I actually sent a picture of the thermostat gauge temperature to my mechanic yesterday. And I said, hey, it's a little warm here. He went, yeah, I'd get a pool. And I was like, yeah, I wish. Where am I going to put it in the truck? I said, I think it's next to the radiator. He says, yeah, that's my guess too. So, some little boy child of mine hadn't sprayed the front end of my truck with a hose, I probably wouldn't have that problem. But they got to rebuild the front end finally next week anyway. Yeah. They're going to replace that sensor for me and put it in the right spot so it's not 109 degrees according to my truck outside. Because even my transmission fluid thing says it's 181, so it's got to be close to the radiator. Told you, red car, you should have stayed in the left lane. Or sorry, the right lane. Zoom, zoom! Oh, we need 10 more exits. We need exit 37. Let me get off of this road. It's 30 degrees here tomorrow, 27 plus. My ponies have slinkies on, look like dachshunds. Is that 30 Fahrenheit or 30 Celsius, Shannon? If it's 30 Fahrenheit, I definitely would put slinkies on your horses. That's cold. That's cold. That's why the right lane's been moving. Everybody's getting off. Screw this! We're out! We're out! We're out! Oh, no, no, there's one. There's another one. Never mind, they're not leaving. Ugh. Here comes the dude, told me. Oh no, that's a different van. Carrying school kids. Wow. So, there's the joys of driving horses. We get stuck in traffic. Celsius. Well, that's not too bad then. Right? Oh, you guys are lower than us. So that's still cold. Darn. Well, yeah, ish. Well, let's see. 0 is 32, so that's like, what, 60-ish Fahrenheit? Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I can see slinkies. Why are you moving over? The family is doing good. Let's see. Liam and Lily are dying for school to be over and summer to get started. I've kind of given them a heads up on some of the things that I want to do with them this summer, especially trying to get them out to Indiana and Iowa with me on a hauling gig. So we'll see if we can make that happen. I want to get them to a couple of zoos, a couple of aquariums if we can, at least either with an overnight or within, driving distance for a day tripping type of thing. But they're both dying and can't wait for the summer to get here. The school has them going on a field trip on Friday to the Buffalo Zoo. And I am board approved, whatever, chaperone for the classrooms. So I get to go with them to the Buffalo Zoo on a free paid thing. Well, we already have a membership anyway. But so we'll get to take them to that, and I don't have, the school pays for all that stuff. Dad is slowly getting better. Didn't mark this one. This one looks low. Oh, plenty of space. Dad is slowly healing. He is doing an Amish run for me tomorrow. One of my Amish grocery family called and said, "Hey, are you available tomorrow morning?" I went, "No, because I don't know when I'm getting back from Massachusetts." He was like, "Oh." I said, "Well, do you just need a ride or do you need a trailer?" He was like, "Well, I'd like to go look at this horse." And I said, "Well, what if my dad gave you a ride and then on my way back through, if you get it, I can pick it up, bring it home to you along the way?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah, that'd work." I was like, "Okay, so good. So yeah, Dad is doing an Amish run for me tomorrow. And then he's getting better. He's getting around, being able to drive, being able to get out on his own, doing a couple of things easy for himself. Definitely makes a huge difference for him, for sure. My mother is driving him crazy. She's gutting her house a little bit more. I guess they intend on filling up my dumpster when it gets emptied this week. 13.9 and 12.4. Yeah, we're good. So, yeah. And Jim's doing good. No problems there. No issues with myself. Colleen's been very busy. She starts at her new practice this week, next week, this month. Already started at the new practices? I don't remember. I don't know when her timeline was. I don't remember. But she left Haskell Valley, which is a big small animal practice here in Olean. And then she left them. Oh, that was a fun, short little jaunt. For a couple weeks to be able to do what she wanted to do on her own. And then starts up with a different veterinarian in a different practice in the town of Cuba. And she's going to get a little bit better pay. She's going to be able to manage her hours a little bit better. They're not going to have a veterinary corporation breathing down her neck to get stuff done the way they want it done versus the way it should be done, because that is the best animal practice welfare. Because corporations don't care about the health care, they care about the bottom dollar. And that's when animals suffer. That's when humans suffer. And that's bull. That. What happened to Dad? He had knee surgery about a month and a half ago. I was talking on the video yesterday. Dad had knee surgery done. He finally had it done because he needed to get done. He's been needing to get it done for 15 years and refused to get it done any sooner because he swore that he would not have the flexibility and mobility that he would need to work on his equipment, the cars, the tractors, the whatever. So when he slipped and fell this winter, when Colleen and I were gone to Florida, he really screwed up his knee, like bad. And at that point, the doctors told him, "You have to do this or you're not going to walk." Well, no kidding, he wasn't going to walk. Come to find out, he had no ligaments left in his knee, keeping his legs together. The joint capsule was completely gone. Most of the ligaments and tendons were worn away. There was nothing left to them. He had some muscle fibers still holding on and taking care of the knee as much as it could. But when he fell this winter, that was it. He had nothing left and he couldn't walk on it. Well, that's because practically he ripped and wore away everything left in his knee that would keep his lower leg attached to his body, other than his flesh. Just holding that leg into position because, well, that's technically what our flesh is supposed to do. It protects our innards from the outside, and it keeps the body salt composition and fluidity at a level of what it's supposed to, and it gives an outwardly structure for the bones and muscles and fat cells to create our body form and our body shape. So when he screwed everything up in his knee, he tore everything in his joints, and the lower leg was just kind of hanging. And yeah, so when you have no support system keeping them bones the way they're supposed to go, there's nothing to be able to walk on. And that's why he was having so much trouble walking on that before they had surgery done. So the doctors told him it was the worst knee that they have ever done. And they're very proud. Oh my gosh, if you guys could just keep up with the car ahead of you, we wouldn't have cutters. And they are very optimistic of the his outcome from the surgery that they did on his knee. That's what they told him too, apparently, Amanda, was that you know, he must have been in a lot of pain because he had bone on bone, because there was no joint capsule left. And he was like, yeah, 11, 10, 13, 6. This is where I wish I would be in the right lane. I'm going to watch this one out the window. Hang on a second. Actually, this one's kind of cool. I get to go under it slowly. Plenty of space. I know my dad, for the last couple of years, has been doing the joint injections. And so they would last for probably about a couple of months, and then he complained they just kind of ache. But my dad is not a big pain pill taker. He'll take it when he really can't stand it. The bones had started to develop, you know, tunnels in them from the bones rubbing on each other. If you have car lengths ahead of you, 2 car lengths ahead of you, move. There's no reason to step on your brake. There's nothing ahead of you. Drive. He was like, I just ignored it, and I just kept moving on. And I was like, huh, I wonder where I get it from. Yeah. I told you should have stayed in the right lane in the first place. You probably would have been a lot further ahead. I stay in the left lane because of the truck and the bridges and all that stuff. 5 more exits. Dad is still planning on doing the hay. The surgery's already been done, Jane. That was 6 weeks ago. So they told him that he can drive the tractors as long as he can get that leg working to work the clutch and the brakes on that tractors. He can drive the tractors, and he can work on the hay fields. He's not allowed to be jumping up on the wagons. He's not allowed in the hay loft where it's unsteady footing. He is not allowed to be doing anything that is going to cause him to fall, twist, tear, rupture, or anything else. And oh God, I'm sorry, ponies. That was kind of a quick stop. Goodbye. That truck pulled out from behind me. See ya. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. No. No. Don't do that. But I am going to be driving out into Black Creek this summer and looking for Amish help to help get hay stacked in the loft. I have a feeling we're going to have less help this year than we have had in previous years. I am a little nervous for that, but we'll do it as we need to do it. I mean, last year Jim and I did a wagon by ourselves. You know, he'd throw down he put the bales on the elevator one at a time, and I would go over to the elevator and I'd pick it up, and we'd do the hay stacking, and then we'd wait for the next one. It takes forever doing it one by one when you do it that way, when you have 200 bales on a wagon. But it gets done eventually. So the hay will get done one way or another. That hay's gonna get done. We may not get through it as fast as we want to, like last year. We did not get all of our fields cut, but that was weather related more than anything. So, and Mom's like, you know, you guys need to be able to teach her how to take care of them tractors. And I said, I've been telling him that for the last 5 years. Dad, well, you're never around. I said, that's because you do it when I'm not around. If you did it when I'm around, then I might be able to make sure I know it. He just kind of rolls his eyes, shakes his shoulders, and shrugs his head, and yeah. So I don't like people that just because there's a gap, like, what do you expect? I have a trailer attached. Trucks don't just go from 0 to 60 just like that, and then, oh, so there's a gap, I'm gonna jump in there. You do that to semis too. You guys know that? Y'all do it to semis. Why do you think there's a huge gap between a semi and the car ahead of it on the highway? Why? Semis don't stop on a dime. They don't. They don't stop on a dime. They don't go on a dime. They don't take off on a dime. So just because there's a gap there does not mean you jump right on in. Idiots! 4.9 miles and we're getting off this road. Actually, Jay and I were talking about tractor trailers on that last trip, and he was like, because he saw a truck that didn't have a trailer attached, and we call it a bobtail. So, he was like, yeah, you know, I bet it's easier to stop one of those. And I said, actually, it's harder to stop one of those because while there is no trailer attached, or if it had a trailer attached and it's empty, it's lighter. And so if those things are flying, that's a lot of momentum to try to stop flying down that road. And they're actually more dangerous to stop quickly than any other tractor trailer. I would rather have a tractor trailer skidding to stop that is loaded than is not loaded, because they are going to stop quicker because of the weight in that trailer and the trailer brakes kicking on. It's more dangerous for them because the loads will shift, and nobody wants those loads shifting, so they try not to stop really quickly. Ah, Darlene, thank you. Which is why they don't stop as quickly as some people would love them for do. Because if the load shifts, yeah, I don't care. Screw you, because I'm getting off here soon anyway. If that load shifts, then they've got to stop and try to readjust it. Or if the load damages the sidewall of the trailers, and then it's on their dollars, and it's a hassle. So don't cut off semis. Don't cut off trucks with trailers, campers, or anything like that attached. Don't jump in front of them just because you think there's a gap of space. Idiots. I know some of you guys live in the city, and so this does not apply to you. So I say this with all the love and affection. You idiots are stupid out here. Ay, ay, ay. So there's nothing to do with any of you guys that know how to do all that stuff, obviously. Huh, look at that. There's no turning signals on that model either. Wow. Are we getting off yet? 3.5 miles left. Not soon enough. We're gonna pass this person just because I can. Yeah, smoke that cigarette a little bit more, why don't you, lady? What's on your truck, your van? Building services. There are so many vehicles out here with building businesses on the sides of their vehicles. Yeah, I know. Red lights. I saw the brake lights coming on. Like I said, it's a beautiful stretch of road. Traffic out here sucks at this time of the day. Two and a half miles left. Ooh, one more exit, because this is 36 and we need 37. Woot! It's beautiful out here, Barbara. It is sunny. Look at that sky. Look at that sky. Bright blue with some white clouds. Not a raindrop in sight. I'm passing again. 1.9 miles. There's a sign. Oh no, that's a 36. Darn it. 11.9 will fit. They don't want trailers up on this road. It's because you guys don't know how to drive them. Dude. It's actually funny. I can't show you on this stretch, but on this stretch of road, going the opposite direction, there are bridges where if you look carefully, and I can't catch them on video easily. I would actually have to stop the truck and park it and get out and show you, but there are lines and scrapes of things that have hit the bridges down the side. Oh God, brake lights. Down the sides of the insides of those bridges. Well, when you hit a bridge, it makes it structurally unsound because, well, you just knocked it around a little bit. They're not designed to do that. They're designed to hold up weight, not get knocked side to side. But either way, I digress on that part. But oh, there's a cop. Hi, coppa. Okay, exit only. This is the lane we need to get over. There is a turning signal on this vehicle. Oh, you saw it. Oh, did you? Did you now? Idiot! Oh. Is that an osprey? I think that's an osprey. The bird flying. I don't think you can see the bird right now. There's a bird flying and you can't see it in the camera. Wow, that's dumb. It was an osprey, by the way. Oh, we need to get over one more. Alright, who's gonna let me in and who's gonna be in at deck? Are you gonna let me in? I'm gonna make you let me in. Thank you. Igor Sikorsky Memorial Bridge. That's a wall. I don't know what river this is. It's pretty. I don't know what river it is. But it's a river. Brake! Milford Stratford. Something. Go up the hill. It's up the hill, and we're pulling a load. And those poor ponies back there are like, oh my God, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Like, oh, see that? No. That's like that one Facebook reel or video person that has that finger pointer thing and the accent. Now we change highways. Which Google Maps, you probably should have just left us on that highway in the first place. Can we go, please? Thank you. Ah, that was a fun side tour. That added 8 minutes in my time frame that I was not crashed. 2 center lanes closed. Oh, great. Crash. I-95 north, exits 46 and 47. Lovely. Just lovely. Fun wow. So I was probably sitting on the highway a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. But all the animals are doing good. Everything else at home's doing good. Is this what we want? No, this is not what we want. Sorry. We want 2A. This is 2B. They'll be going the wrong direction. Here we go. 2A. Expressway ends at a half mile. That's nice. We're not going that far. We're going this way. Do 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 do. The horses and ponies are like, please get me off this trailer. There's the click. I turn the wheel, it's going to turn off. Oh, we're only on exit 38. Oh, it's way down there. They might have that cleaned up before we even get there. So, well, here's the 95. This is the road that the guy hit my horse trailer on the last time we were up here with a horse trailer. Great. Yeah, see, this bridge was labeled 1310. Here's a box truck. Are you going to fit? Are you going to fit? Oh, yeah, okay. Gotta ask. You always gotta wonder, are you gonna fit under that bridge? Oh, God. Oh, I wanted to get in the far lane. I can't. There's me throwing a hissy fit. Where does this traffic come from? Come on, people. How many of you live out here? This is crazy. It's crazy sauce. Oh, this truck's moving. Okay. Ah, open road. Now the left lane clears up. Alright guys, well, I still got 2 hours and 40 minutes till I get my one of my drop-offs done, and then another hour and something till I'm done for the night, and then grab a snooze, turn around and go home. Yeah, so I just wanted to originally jump on to complain about the car ahead of me, back up on 9N. You guys got a short little education about height of bridges and trucks and trailers and how to read the signs to do that. You got to watch the beautiful row of trees down 9N Highway in Connecticut. And you got to listen to me complain to people about people. I love my job. I really do love this job. I sometimes really, really don't like the people. People be dumb. People be real dumb. So, alright, I'm going to let the rest of you guys go for your wonderful, sunny, at least out here, Wednesday evening, early afternoon, late afternoon? Late afternoon. Thanks for hanging out a little bit with me. And catch the rest of you on the replay.